You need the bad times, guys. You need them. The crying yourself to sleep at night, the driving yourself crazy with overthinking, the uncertainty, the uncomfortableness, the I don't know where the hell I'm going. You need it. No, I'm not going crazy. You need these times in your life. Why? But why do you need these times in your life? Why am I being crazy? Why am I saying that? Because only when you go through these things are you built up to be a better person. Only when you go through these things do you turn into the true version of yourself. Going through things in life is inevitable. We are going to be tested and we are going to go through heartbreak. So accept it. But how do we get through that? How do we change our mind to see it as something that it's not as bad as it is? Because you can do that, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm Tarina Shakeel. Welcome to my channel. If you're struggling in life a little bit, if you're struggling with your emotions, if you just are not in a good place and you just need someone to hold your hand and guide you through, I am here. This channel is here for you, and we will do this together. Because you see, I'm not just somebody that's pressed record. Absolutely not. I am somebody who has been broken. You know them bad times that I started off this episode telling you that you need, and you thought, she's crazy. Them bad times, I have been through them. I have had them. Them moments, them crying yourself to sleep, the, sorry to say this, but I'm just going to be really honest, the wishing you were dead days. Yeah, you see them moments that I'm telling you that you need, I have lived through them. And that's why I'm telling you that you need them. The first reason is because those moments that you pass through where you don't want to be here anymore, in the moment that you feel that you don't want to be here anymore, you found strength from somewhere to carry on. And when you found that strength, what you were doing was character building, and you were building strength and resilience inside yourself that would not just last in that moment, that lasts a lifetime. And every time something difficult comes your way, you know that same strength, courage and resilience that you had to build on gets built upon. So you get over one hurdle and you collect tokens, let's call them tokens of resilience, strength, courage. Then you come across another hurdle and you collect more resilience, you collect more strength, you collect more courage, built upon what you already have in you. So in the end, when you go through all of these things, you are built up to be a fantastic version of yourself. So I told you I have been through some horrific moments in life. At the time when I was going through them, did I want them tests? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Would I have given anything to take that away? Absolutely. But now, looking back in hindsight, having got through it, I am thankful for every last hardship that was put my way, because it made me the woman that I am sitting here today. And I have never been this woman my whole life, never. There is not a situation that life can throw at me that overwhelms me. Absolutely not. There's not a person that I could meet that makes me feel like, oh my God, I probably have to do what they say, or no one can ever have advantage over me. No one can ever, I don't do things that I don't want to do. I know how to get myself out of situations that I feel uncomfortable in. Now, I'm a young woman that lives alone. I live alone in a big city. I need to have them skills, because people will walk all over you. Not even just living on your own in a big city, in the workplace, people will walk all over you. So the version of woman that I am today, that is the best version of woman that I could ever be, was built and born when she went through them hard moments. Now, the harsh reality is you will be tested, and you are here to be tested. It's what we're here for. God tells us you will be tested. So they are coming your way either way. So you don't have a choice but to get through them. So if we know we're going to be tested, we know that the only option we have is to get through them. How do you get through them? How do you get over them sleepless nights? How do you get over that heartbreak? How? Because it's all good and well me saying to you, you can get over it, you will get over it. How? Tell us how to do it. It's all about how you look at the things that happen to you in your life, the bad things that happen to you in your life. It's all about how we perceive them, because what we tell ourselves is what we put in here, and what we put in here is what goes down to here. This is the heart, the feeling center, the control center, the emotions. This collects the information and it sends it down here. And this is where you feel the pain in your heart. So when you understand it like that, you know that what you're taking in from your surroundings it dictates what you feel. Perception is everything. It's not about being delusional. It's not about, oh, I lost the love of my life, but I'm going to tell myself I'm happy. No. Allow yourself to hurt. Allow yourself to go through them. But you have to hurt. You have to cry. You're not a robot. And the last thing we want to do is compress it and not deal with it, because it comes out later along the line in anger. That's also happened to me before. I've not dealt with things and I'm like, I'm okay. But then years down the line, I've turned into a really angry person. That's because I haven't dealt with sad things that have happened or bad things that have happened. I've just pushed them to the back of my mind, and then they have a way of resurfacing. So we don't want to do that either. It's not about being delusional, like I said. No, allow yourself to feel them emotions. Allow yourself to be sad. Allow yourself to cry. Because we're not suppressing any emotions. We don't do that. We get them out. We deal with them as they happen. Because when we're walking along the road of life, we don't want to come across a bump in the road later down the line that is caused by something that we didn't deal with 50 miles ago if life was a journey. No. We want the road to be clear, and if we come across a bump or a hurdle in the road, it's going to be from something new that came in the way. We don't want to take past baggage with us, so we always deal with things. Always. I'm not telling you not to deal with it when I tell you perception is everything. You need to look at these bad things that happen as guidance and direction. Things in general only happen to direct us, because how would we go or get to where we are supposed to be going if we weren't directed? How are we directed to what we are supposed to be doing, where we're supposed to live, the job we're supposed to have, the man we're supposed to marry? How do we get there? We don't just take ourselves there. We are directed there by things that happen in our lives. We are directed there by moments that happen, by heartbreak. And this direction can be very displeasing to us in the moment, in the time. But that had to happen. That heartbreak, that pain had to happen to direct us to what was good for us, to what was really ours. Because we don't know what is really ours. We don't know who and what is really ours. We can love somebody who is not for us. How do we know? We don't know if someone is for us. We don't know what's right for us. Fate. You can't fight fate. You can't beat fate. We are directed to where we are supposed to be, fate, by these things that happen to us. And yes, in the moment they suck. Yes, in the moment I had to cry myself to sleep, but that was direction. If nothing ever happened in our lives, we would never be directed. Life would remain the same. No changes would be made because they wouldn't need to be made. Always remind yourself that what will be will always be. And sometimes we need a nudge to get to where it is that we're going, because we don't know that that's where we're actually supposed to be going. How would we know? We have a nudge, a spiritual nudge, should we call it. So if I was to give you an example, it would be, imagine being in a relationship with somebody. Let's say you're engaged to them and you love this person and you think, I'm going to marry him. We're going to have 3 children. We're going to live in the countryside, happy ever after. But that's not what fate has for you. That's not your lot in life. That's not what's written to happen. It's what's happening now, currently, at the moment. So you're not leaving this guy because we love him. We're having children. We're having babies. We're not leaving him. So how would you be prized away from that man? How? Because we're not leaving him. He looks like Brad Pitt. He's insanely handsome. I'm never letting him go. But fate hasn't accepted me and him as one. It doesn't happen. It's not written to happen. So how are we getting away from Brad? We have to be prized apart. We have to break up. We have to be heartbroken. And in order for us to shimmy on a little bit more down the road of life so that we can find the one that is ours, we have to be prized away from this so that we can continue walking to find the one that is ours. You wouldn't have ever left, so you wouldn't have found what was really yours. Bad moments are nothing but direction. They are nothing but signposts. Find the signpost in every single bad thing that happens in your life. Look at it as a signpost where, okay, this happened and it's not pleasing to me. But where am I supposed to go from here? What is it showing me? Every single bad moment that I passed through in life, there was a reason behind it, and it took me on to greater and better things. Had some of them things not happened, I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. Why? Because it was direction. So that is exactly what we need to start doing. Viewing things that happen in our lives, even when they displease us, because good things can be direction as well. You need this direction in your life. You need the heartbreak. You need the direction so we know where we're going. And you need the heartbreak and the sadness and the bad times to make you the person that you end up being, that you are supposed to be. Fiery women like myself, confident women like myself, were not born like this. Absolutely not. I am like this because of a lot of trauma that has happened in my life. I am insanely confident because I wasn't, because of everything I've been through. I am the same girl, and I remember when I was 16 years old, I went to this program, like a program where they let certain people go to university for a week to experience it. It was a program that was designed at getting more youngsters to go to university. So I had to go on the train from where I live to London, which is about a 2-hour train ride on my own. I had never been unleashed into the big wide world on my own before. I had never left my mother's side before. And all of a sudden, they're telling me that I have to go to London on the train. I had a train ticket prepaid and there was a reserved seat. But I was so scared, no confidence. I didn't even have the confidence to walk through the carriage and find my seat. I stood the whole way to London because I was scared, petrified. Social anxiety was through the roof. I wouldn't dare walk through that carriage. It's okay, I'll stand. I'm not finding my seat, I'm too scared. That seat was mine by rights. That seat had my name on it. I was not looking for that seat. I'd rather stand and put myself at a loss. I'd rather stand for 2 hours. That is the girl that I was. The girl that would rather hurt herself than hurt somebody else. The girl that would wait so patiently and never speak up. Oh, it's okay. Wait for people to change. Allow people to treat her like crap. Because it's okay, they'll change. But having lived through trauma and extremely bad times, I am now a woman that sits in front of you that would get onto a train and be like, right, your bag doesn't need to be on that seat. Get it off. Because you know some of the train huggers love to put their bag on a seat and not let people sit down. No, get that bag off. I am now the kind of girl that would walk up and down the carriage looking for shy girls like myself and ushering them to a seat. I do that all the time because I frequent the train to London. I will look for, and that I'm here for you, to look after you. And you don't know that I'm looking after you, but I am. I'll be on the train looking for these shy, little timid squirrels that are being let loose into the world for the first time. And I will approach and be like, sit here. This is your seat. That's a big change from being the girl that stood all the way to London to being the girl that would happily, I don't even want them to pay me for it. I don't even want Virgin Trains to pay me. I will usher people to their seats for free. That's a big jump. That's a big leap. How did we get from that to that? Because I had no choice but to toughen up. I had no choice but to be strong. And I learnt strength. And I learnt confidence. And I learnt resilience. And I learnt the fire inside along the way. Because you have no choice. You have no choice but to toughen up. You have no choice but to be strong. So this is exactly what I mean, my beloveds. My beloveds, this is exactly what I mean when I say you need the heartbreak. You need it. You need it. You don't want it. Of course you don't want it. I don't want it. You need it for the person that you're supposed to be. How do we make it so it doesn't hurt as much? It's going to hurt regardless. The pain that I'm telling you you're going to need hurts regardless. But how do we cope with it? How do we get through it? Well, it's what I told you before. How we perceive it. Start to look at it as direction. I told you guys a story a few episodes ago where I was engaged to be married to somebody and I left him. Was I happy? when that happened? Absolutely not. I was distraught. We didn't work out. Why? We were not supposed to be with each other. And all that our breakup was a direction, was me being directed away from him because he wasn't mine. I would never have left him. So I needed to be directed away from him. I didn't have a reason to leave him unless the thing happened that happened. And that was my direction. And now I'm here. I didn't marry him. I don't speak to him. I don't know him anymore. I'm fine with that. At the time, I was distraught. But now looking back, I understand that wasn't for me. And I'm happy. Now I'm happy that that wasn't for me. I wouldn't have had the life that I have now had I have married him. It would have been a totally, completely different life. I needed to be prized away from him. So, my little superstars, I'm going to leave you with that. You need the heartbreak. You need it. And it's going to happen anyway. So suck it up. And you need to stop looking at these things that happen to you, things that we lose. Stop looking at them as losses. I said this a few episodes ago. It is direction. In the moment, it is a loss, but in the grand scheme of things, it's direction. If you could look at your life, so you see your life here and now, what is in front of you. But if you could step out of your body and look at the whole of your life, like from above, you would see the bigger picture, and you would see that didn't happen. I was supposed to be over here with this person, living in this city, doing this job. This was written. This was not written. But I can only see that when I'm living it. But if I look at the bigger picture, I see that I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. It's direction. Thank you so much for your time, my beloveds. I'm going to love you, leave you, and direct myself the hell on out of here.